If I told you something was going to be worth 200K this year, what would you think that thing would be? My
Bitcoin.
car. My car. Bitcoin? Bitcoin? That dog? Yeah, sure. I think it's possible Bitcoin will get to 200K this year. But will it? We'll see. Can't predict the future.
Awesome. We're live. What's up, guys? This is NASA Dan and the crew. Some of us are a little late to our workout today, but we're still getting it in. So good job, Jordan. Keep it up. Let's get a full range of motion on those push-ups. A little lower. Good. Pause. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Excellent. Everything's right on track. Cool. Not a lot going on today in crypto, but I think more support that I think alt season is on the way. Bitcoin has leveled off a little bit around 56K. Really interesting narrative that supports the idea that Bitcoin is kind of reaching a little bit of a top right now, where we've got an overflow of mainstream media shilling or promoting Bitcoin. And we've got an interesting situation starting tomorrow where we got our stimulus checks coming in, getting dropped into people's bank accounts tomorrow, $1,400. And I'm seeing just crazy articles on where tons of articles saying like what you should do with your $1,400, and Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg even is talking about how how many people are going to be investing in Bitcoin, and my prediction here is that is as I hope to share more of, I'm very much a contrarian individual, contrarian investor as well, and I think that that's kind of so far been useful. And I think that since Bitcoin is near its top, this could be really bad for retail investors, for people who don't know, who are not invested in crypto or investing in general. Like, you just need to be really careful right now, because what you've got is a situation where 1 year ago Bitcoin was $3,000. Individuals who were early in this game, institutional players who were early in this game but haven't stated openly that they were, have experienced a lot of gains. When something goes from 3K to 60K, you want to take some profits. I have never lived through gains like that, but I can imagine it's going to be hard not to sell at that point. And also from a technical perspective, we're reaching the 4.236 fib extension, so it's like, okay, is this overwhelmingly positive sentiment a sign that the top for Bitcoin is near? And if it is, then does that mean that altcoin season is happening, and a lot of people who've been in Bitcoin for a while are going to rotate all of their money down into altcoins? That is somewhat my expectation. Again, I'm new to this space, at least in sharing my opinions openly like this, but this does seem to be the sentiment around more established crypto vloggers, shall we say. But I guess the theme for today is it's an exciting time for crypto in general. I think that Bitcoin has potential to run a lot more over the next couple of weeks, over the next year. If you decide to invest in Bitcoin, it's something that you just need to be really careful on. Certainly you want to find ideal timing. And right now, over the last year, Bitcoin has gone 20x. Should we confidently be telling people to invest in anything that has gone 20x in the last year? It's a lot. That's right? When you put it that way, it's like, oh, okay. If something's gone 20x, what are the odds it's going to, keep going up? And importantly, what are the odds that at some point in the future, it's going to go down? The more something goes up, the more likely it is to come down. So, however, as we'll hope to follow a little bit more, there are lots of areas in which things have not gone 20x yet. In fact, there are plenty of assets in this space that have been more or less flat for the last few years and haven't really responded. Some of these things like XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, there are lots of other assets that are tried and true and that have been around for one market cycle, and now even 2. So and they historically re-reach their previous all-time highs, and very often go to their 4.236 extension or more. So that's the wrap for the day. A word of caution for Bitcoin and higher market cap crypto investors, and investors in the stock markets in general, right?
Higher cap stock market investors?
Just assets that have more money in them. So Bitcoin has over $1 trillion worth of money invested in it, and so the market cap is very large for that. And a lot of the larger market cap digital assets have already had a lot of their growth in this market cycle over the last year, and so those are the ones that, in my opinion, again, that's just my opinion, have a little bit more downside risk than some of the other things that haven't gone as much. So stoked to get $1,400, but I don't think I'm going to be buying Bitcoin. If you are, I wish you the best of luck.
What are you buying, Dan?
What am I buying? Well, I am probably going to just put more into XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Dash. Those are my big three. Those are my big three. Again, they're small market. Again, there's $1 trillion in Bitcoin, and these, XRP's got around 20 billion. So it's, quite a bit smaller. And then Dash and Bitcoin Cash has somewhere in the 10 to 15 billion, I believe. And then Dash is like 3 or 4 billion. So these things are, we've got $400 billion worth of stimulus money getting thrown out to people in individual checks, and if any amount of those, like that amount of money certainly can have an impact on Bitcoin price action. But if there is any sort of rotation from people who've been in Bitcoin for a while and who know how this space works, and they put any profits, rotate those down into smaller cap crypto assets, like what I mentioned, then those have a much greater likelihood of experiencing a lot higher gains. So that's probably where I'm looking. I'm already I'm already heavily loaded in all of those assets. So but again, that's those things have been flat. So who knows? Maybe those things will continue to stay flat. There's always a concern that Bitcoin is just going to keep running, and I've been wrong on Bitcoin a lot this year. I bought it at 11,000 and 13,000, and I sold it at 20K because I was concerned that it was going to correct back to its 20-week moving average, and it literally has not done that since early fall 2020. So we're into well into a market cycle that is in many ways on a macro level characteristic of previous market cycles, but in the sense that it's experiencing similar gains, but short term, it hasn't been correcting in the same type of format as I've been as it did last year. Last year it went down to the 20-week moving averages 3, 4, maybe even 5 times during 2017. And now we're in that same year of the market cycle, and it hasn't done it once yet. So all that is to say, I might be wrong on Bitcoin. I want to emphasize my word of caution to people who are, looking to invest this $1,400. I think investing is a good way to make money. Let your money make money, yes, but just please, please, please be careful. And, I know that mainstream media is useful, but, not to be taken, without a grain of salt. So.
Do you believe him, Jordan? About Bitcoin? Do you believe about this disclaimer? A bit of a gambling man myself. I rolled in the dice. And if you got some extra cash to throw around, rather than put it into drinks, you might get your checks on St. Patty's Day. Instead of boozing up,
yeah,
get some bit, get a bite to eat and dip into the crypto world.
Get a bite and a bit.
Get a bite and a bit.
I do like that. I think
Take
that's
a bite out of a bit, See what happens.
That'd be cool if a restaurant had like for a menu, you pay a certain dollar amount for a burger,
Yeah.
and with your burger comes along a transaction for a cryptocurrency.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if there is.
That could be, there's a new coin out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that, the next step, again, the sentiment in mainstream media is overwhelmingly positive, and that to me also is a sign that, a top is likely in soon, at least a local one, so a short-term top. I think what we could find as Bitcoin does continue to go up, and I think it seems likely that it could in the short term, up to 70 or 80K, but it'll be really fun to see what the mainstream media sentiment is like if it does get to those levels, what it's like at that point. We were talking earlier today, and it kind of joking around of like, I think the next step for Yahoo Finance or Bloomberg article to be on is a step-by-step instructions for like setting up a crypto account on Coinbase or something like that. And like, here you go, you could even, yeah. So,
and that'd be concerning for me.
That would be concerning for you.
That'd be concerning.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's so mainstream and institutionalized that the skeptic and inner conspiracy theorist within would question who's behind that and how much institutional power is
it concerning
thrown around,
or is it destiny?
It could be both. Yeah. Yeah. Could be both. Destiny could be concerning. Yeah. Yeah.
And with that.
So I'm NASA Dan. See you tomorrow.